want to take a few minutes to talk about how we can find value in FieldView, how you as a grower, maybe as a retail, can start to gain some insight and find some value using Climate FieldView in this year and hopefully for years to come. So depending on your operation size, what's going on, at your retail, who you're working with, if you're an agronomist, lots of different ways that we can begin to find value in FieldView. It could be through our weather, through our imagery, and through our scouting. It might be just a great place for you to keep records. Some of us have trouble. I know Troy loses a lot of things. If you lose that notebook full of your field records, it's tough to know where things are. Those trials, we might be combining, just trying to get things done, not able to capture all those trial results that we want to do. And FieldView makes it a lot easier to bring that information together, makes us easier to have some of those on-farm trials. Do you have any stories for us, Troy?
Well, a couple that I like to talk about where farmers see value in it. And like you said, Andrea, it's different for everybody. Everybody, even at the same kitchen table, every individual on the farm is going to see different value. One of the places where a lot of people see value is the remote viewing. Being able to see exactly what's going on, having a novice operator, sending them out into the field, knowing how things are working, how productive they are. You can even set up alerts.
Oh.
So if you didn't want anybody to seed your canola over 4.2 mile an hour, you could get a text message alert every time they do, or an email alert, just so you know that things are getting planted or seeded the way that you want. Here's a good one that a lot of the keeners that I work with, that the guys and gals that have been using FieldView for the last few years. I'm gonna go into my black app and give a little bit of a demonstration. So once we go into the full app, I go into one of the test plots that I have. And in 2016, we had this great trial, and this trial was a planting trial. Now this would show all of the different hybrids I had. It puts them in different colors. And this is where the value is of FieldView. That anytime you want to trial something out, if you want to try, let's say, a new hybrid, or if you want to try a different seed treatment, perhaps a different seeding rate, or any agronomic practice that you had, every time you do something different, it'll show up in a different color on the map. So keeping really easily being able to keep track of where all of these trials are and these treatments are that you have in your field. Great place to put demo. It's a great place to put untreated checks. It's a great place to double the fertilizer, trial anything out. So what I recommend people doing is on every single field that they have, treat it like you would a different TD site. Treat every different field that you have like a TD site. So you can do 2 trials, maybe 3 trials on every field. Some of the keeners that we have, they'll do variety trials where they'll have 5 different varieties, but then they'll also have them at 3 different seeding rates or 3 different planting rates. So not only will you know what the best variety is to grow, but you'll also know what seeding rate to put that at. At the end of the day, it's quite simple with FieldView. You can grab your lasso in the bottom right corner, and you can draw a nice big square throughout the field, and you don't have to color inside the boundaries. You can color outside, and it's only going to take harvested data. And then it's going to print you a field region report. What this region report will do is it'll tell you what hybrid is the one that yielded the most on your farm or in this field. And here it gives how many, what the average yield was, how many acres were circled in that area. And then if you scroll down further, it'll even give it to you by population. So not only will you know what the best variety to grow is, but what population you should put it at. So I think that that's a great spot. And when I think about farmers and all of the different products that they get asked to try, whether it's something to add on to their seed, whether it's something that they put through their sprayer, it's so nice to have a check strip. So if you have that check strip, if you know exactly where that was laid out, this will keep it, and you'll be able to analyze that information with this tool. Some of the other things that I always like to recommend is dropping pins. People tell me day in and day out that the pin drop feature is one of the top reasons that they use FieldView, just to be able to go back and clean up rocks, clean up areas that they haven't seeded, or even just be able to communicate different issues that are going on in the field. So I think that if we start collecting and using our data today, it'll make us a lot stronger tomorrow.